UT Martin head coach Jason Simpson. The Skyhawks open the season Thursday night against FBS foe Western Kentucky, the fifth all-time meeting between the two teams, and first since 2000 when Western was actually in the OVC. So, Coach, just thoughts on preseason camp and getting ready to play your first game this week.
Yeah, okay. First of all, glad to be back. Good to see you guys. I thought we had a good camp. I certainly did. I thought the players were happy to be back. We didn't require them to be back to July, because of finishing the season April 13th. So we had a good July, a good August. So, we're in a good place. We're certainly excited to have opportunity to go and play. I know the guys are, looking forward to blocking and tackling, some other people. As we go into this first game, just like any other year, 90% of our concentration is on us getting lined up correctly, is on us communicating, is on us blocking and tackling, and then the other part of your emphasis is on your opponent, and that's just how we approach it on a weekly basis, and nothing will change this week.
And if anybody has a question for Coach Simpson while we're going, you just let me know down in the chat and I'll call on you. I think a lot of the questions in the spring and maybe at the media day were like, it's a quick turnaround and where are the negatives? But we asked the previous coaches this. I want to ask, were there positives from the quick turnaround? The playbook, they remembered the plays they learned, the experience they got in the spring. Is there anything that is advantageous of having just played 4 months ago?
Yes, the advantages are the things that you just said. The kids I felt like needed to play. They deserve that opportunity. Short window of a college athlete's life, and so even though there's retention of eligibility, a lot of these kids won't come back and play a fifth year, a sixth year. They might move on to the next phase of their life. So I'm glad we did get to play. There was some retention that carried over from your vocabulary, the language that you use, and your communication skills, offensively and defensively. So that was the positive of it as well. I think there was more positive than negatives. I think I'll have a better understanding as we get late into the season. My strategy is I'll probably adjust some practice schedules going forward, shorten some things up because of that quick turnaround, but that's okay. I mean, there's different. I think you do have to adjust your managerial styles. Knowing what you just came off of spring season.
You said at media day that this is the most talented the OVC probably has ever been with those the super seniors. How do you feel about your team now that you've seen them in preseason camp for a couple of weeks?
Yeah, I mean, I feel the same way. I think 100%. I'm sure everybody in the league has more depth, because your depth are second, third year guys that played sparingly in the spring, but now they've been here with you before, and then we all brought in different, whether it be junior college or transfers, more so than you ever had, and then you've got those 6-year seniors that are back as well. So, I see that every day in practice. There's more experience and developed players on the second and third units than there's ever been, and I'm sure that's all across the league.
Can I ask about your quarterback position? I was looking at the primer. You have a lot of quarterbacks on your roster, different starter than last year, although Dresser Wynn played some. So just thoughts on it, what seems to be a very deep position for you.
Yeah, well, Keon Howard is a starter. He's had a good camp. There's still a growing curve. I don't care if you're a 6-year guy of playing in a new offense. We've never played a game, but together we're all still, getting an opportunity to do a lot of things for the first time together. Me as a play caller, him as our quarterback. So there'll be some growing pains that come with that. But we think he's a talented player. We think he's a great leader. Brings us toughness, brings us competitive nature. So I'm excited about him leading us this year. Dresser has got a lot of experience, still coming off that ankle injury. He's not yet 100%. And, so I'm excited, on a weekly basis when he gets to come back, then I feel very good about that position.
And that question tees up, you're probably your most talented, your receivers and your tight ends. A lot of people earned All-American, All-Conference honors last year. Has that continued from what you've seen over the last couple of weeks and the preseason with them?
Yeah, certainly so. I mean, those guys have been there and done it for us. And so we're excited about having them back for another year. I think where one of the positions that we've improved the most though is on is the depth of that position. There's some names that you haven't heard, but maybe by the end of the year that the rest of the league will. Last year, whether it be Donnell or Colton, Rodney, those guys sometimes are playing 70 plays a game and on special teams. So to be able to be able to spell those guys with some quality depth is something that we needed to do, and I think we've addressed that.
So let's talk about WKU a little bit then. And they were predicted to finish third in the East Division of Conference USA. They added a really good transfer quarterback in the offseason who came from the SCS. What have you seen about them so far?
Yeah, all you can do is watch last year's tape. You can watch, obviously Houston Baptist tape, to see the structure of the offense. And so, the expectations are for them to play fast and to, spread you out, and you got to get lined up and you better tackle well and try to minimize things in the red zone and hold teams to field goals. I mean, that strategy doesn't change defensively. A lot of good players back, new coordinators. So, you'll see how that goes during the game. So, we're excited to be able to compete. There'll be some things like all first games that you'll have to adjust to. But like I said, our focus is about us and control what we do and give ourselves a chance, and hopefully in the second half, and get it down to a possession.
How would you compare? I would know that what exactly they'll do. How would you compare them to a team that you played last year, or the year before? Are they like anybody else if they're going to play that fast-paced offense?
Yeah, I don't think anybody in our league, plays, like the Houston Baptist tempo consistently. I don't think so. So, like I said, that's a new adjustment for us, and it's probably not the first draw that you want, of the first game. You'd like to get some tape under your belt and know exactly what you're chasing, but that's how this first one will go.
And then starting on Thursday night, I know you've done that a lot of times, but talk about that. And you obviously get a little bit extra time for next week's game, but just maybe some extra excitement when you start a season on a Thursday.
Oh, great. I mean, there's certainly a vibe in the building, excitement. I wish we played all of our games on Thursday nights. We've got personal preference going forward. I think it's great. May end up with some short weeks, but that gets us some, if you've heard me state several times, gives us some notoriety on that ticker on the bottom of ESPN. Gets our name out there, gets our league brand out there. I think it's a great deal.
Well, Coach, we appreciate your time this morning. Best of luck on Thursday, and then we'll talk to you this time next week.
Hey, looking forward to it. Thank you, Kyle. We'll see you.